I'm eating breakfast, so excuse me.
Yeah, I just finished mine, man. That was a hearty biscuit.
What'd you get, a sausage biscuit?
Yeah, my old standard.
Put a little mayonnaise on that bad boy, you'd be doing right.
Oh, my God. I'll have to induce vomiting immediately.
So I'm Justin.
I'm JP.
And we are the Podcasting Dead. Here to talk about Season 5, Episode 10 of Fear the Walking Dead. But before we get into that, don't forget that we do all kinds of podcasts, everything from conspiracy theories to supernatural to really just a little bit of everything. So if you enjoy podcasting in general, please consider hitting that subscribe button. If nothing else, give us a like. Helps us out a ton. Maybe stick around, listen to the podcast before you decide if you want to subscribe. Whatever you want to do. But JP... and we'll also talk about Patreon at the end of this. But so, JP, what did you think about this episode? Just getting right into it. This was episode 10, and it was called 210 Words Per Minute. I actually think I read that the showrunners wrote this episode.
Yeah, I read that as well, yeah.
So apparently it's important. It's a very important part of this season. But what did you think of it?
I mean, it held my attention better than previous episodes. I'm not going to lie. I caught the midnight replay again, so I did get kind of dozy towards the end. But I don't know. There were times where it had kind of that Dawn of the Dead feel, with the mall full of zombies. And
yeah, the mall full of zombies was kind of a cool nod to the classic. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I don't know, man. Number one, like, how long is Morgan going to punish himself or, deal with... I mean, I get he lost his family. It's horrible, but it's been like a decade, man. Time to be happy.
Yeah, dude. I mean, think about it. Like, Rick lost Lori, and since then, hooked up with Jesse, got Michonne. I mean, he's ran through some butt since Lori died,
No doubt.
And that kind of leads me to the question, if Morgan does get that butt... What is there dangers if you're smashing someone who's like irradiated, who's got radiation poisoning or whatever?
That I wouldn't think so. I mean, maybe if they were extremely. I mean, I feel like I don't know. You know what? I'm not going to say anything because someone is going to come into the comment section and say the opposite of what I say. So you know what? Experts that are listening, go ahead and let us know if you have sex with someone who's highly irradiated. Is there a big chance that you're yourself going to catch some radiation? Because obviously you can't spread cancer that way, but radiation, I don't know.
Yeah, because I mean, with the irradiated zombies, if you get their blood on you, right. You're in danger. So if you're getting like juices and sexy fluid on you,
you might be right.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I guess it depends on the level of radiation or whatever. But hopefully she'll be all right though, and Morgan can get his put his other stick into use.
Morgan ain't got no butt in a while.
Yeah, no kidding.
But so really, and I'm sorry, I'm almost done with breakfast. I know I'm rude. Please forgive us. It's been busy. Bite me, it'll be okay.
Yeah.
But really, it's some character growth there, I guess, with Dwight too. But I'm like you, man. I understand what the writers are going for. Dwight's been on the other side of the law. He knows what it feels like, and if he can change, by golly, you can too. Hell with that. He should have shot homeboy right in the face.
Yeah, man. I mean, when it comes to like the safety of you and your whole group, I mean, you either off him right then and there, or you like cut a finger off and send him back to his boys.
No doubt.
You guys better
take his hands or something so he can't come back after you if you don't want to kill him, but you want to make sure he can't be a threat to you.
Yeah,
but
something, man.
It just reminds me of that episode of Morgan has pretty much become a cult leader. His beliefs have seeped into everyone's brains, and the end result is a crappy show because it reminds me of the episode of Boy Meets World with. Did you ever watch Boy Meets World?
Not really, no. But I know
it was an episode where Sean went to the center, which was like this cultish. Like older guy was, all these lost kids. He kind of was like the Shredder in the Ninja Turtles movie. Okay. He just basically found all these lost kids and gave them something to believe in. But that's kind of the way Morgan is, man. He's just like, and I mean, I get where they're going, but that does not mean that it makes for entertaining television.
Well, I mean, just in that environment, man. I mean, you can't always go in there you can't always turn the other cheek. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it goes back to like Rick and Shane, 22 miles out or whatever it was. I mean, sometimes for the betterment of the whole, for the safety of the whole group, you got to just kill somebody.
Oh, yeah.
That's it. I mean,
either that or sleep with one eye open for the rest of eternity.
Yeah, man. Yeah, enough of that.
I mean, I get what they're going for. I do, but I'm tired of the cheesy redemption arcs in this show. Like, I mean, it's just like they have I imagine in the writing room, it's like, oh, say it one more time. And he's like, no, Paul, no, it's say it one more time. Redemption. Ooh, like that's what they try. I mean, like we get it, man. I mean, like I want characters to grow and to change and evolve and all of that, but they're all taking the same path.
Yeah,
I mean,
dude, we need some wild cards in this.
Like you said, right? Dwight as a wild card would have been great.
He should have been a wild card.
I'd have loved if he would have somehow been the enemy, not make him an evil guy through misunderstanding, of course, or circumstance, but like let us. Like wonder, is Dwight bad? I mean, what's he doing?
Yeah, well, I mean, kind of like Victor Strand in earlier seasons.
Strand, Daniel has been a wild card at some points because you never know. In season 3, man, I really thought he was gonna. What did he had Nick tied to the chair?
Yeah.
I'm talking about Ophelia. I was like, oh man, Daniel's gonna. Yeah, man. Daniel is going to straight up murder Nick. Yeah, so man. You love those, and those are what the parts of the show that we love the most.
I mean, Strand, he loves Madison and her family, but at the same time, you always got to wonder who is he really looking out for the most.
Number one.
Yeah, and I mean the show's just missing that edge, dude. It's like it's just a dull blade, man, and nothing cuts worse than a dull blade. Well, I guess maybe a spoon would cut worse.
Well, a spoon is kind of a dull blade, though, right?
Are people hearing me?
Yeah, they're hearing you.
Okay.
I was trying to mute mine for coughing. But,
gotcha.
But the there we go. All right, now it's working.
Ooh, push my buttons, baby.
Yeah, I know you like it.
But yeah, man, like, and maybe, God, let's just hope maybe Madison will come back and that'll be the catalyst to put some fire back under this thing,
Maybe she'll just show up and shoot Charlie in the head.
Yeah, I actually I shared an article on our Facebook page the other day about, more speculation. Madison could be returning. I mean, at this point, man, the showrunner's got to figure something out, dude.
This show is just, I mean, like you said, this was, I definitely think this was one of the better episodes of this season, but that
ain't saying much.
Right. That's still like picking out the prettiest turd in a pile of schnit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like it's still, the whole season itself has just been garbage. And I mean, I don't know. If y'all get tired of us degrading the show and you want us to just stop reviewing it, that's fine. I understand, because most people, again, like I've said in the past, that go looking up reviews on something, odds are, or speculation, odds are they really enjoy it and they want to further the conversation. So when they get to us and we're just like, this sucks, I get it, but I want to like this show. That's the thing. We've been so invested in it, and I want to like this show because season 3 was great. The first half of season 4 was great, and then it just got to just basically from the second Morgan crossed over, which I'm not going to lie, the first episode with Morgan, the first few were actually pretty good. Mm-hmm. The first few with like Morgan and John Dory, and they met Alf, all of that. But I mean, I don't know, man. It's just been kind of blue.
Yeah, but I mean, don't get it twisted. We are not the only people dumping on this show. Just about every review or recap I look up, man. Like,
is it? I've been trying to avoid most reviews.
Dude, I can't imagine that the ratings are strong at all for this season.
Which actually, no, Morgan showed up at the beginning of season 4, but then we were having flashbacks to the whole. In my mind, it was like, oh, we had the first half of the season of 4 was the ball field, and then it would be like, no, that was flashbacks.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know. Since they've tried to attempt to do this soft reboot, as they said, with season 4, it's just been not.
It's definitely soft, man. I need The Walking Dead to be rock hard again. That's all I'm saying.
Like I said, man, the first half of season 4 I could get down with. I'm not saying it didn't have its lulls, but then like you said, that group, the Scavengers, was kind of weird. But I could get down with the pacing, and I like that. But then once it got done with that, just after that mid-season finale, it just went. I mean, at least we didn't have to deal with Trucker Lady this time, right?
Yeah, that was refreshing. Like I said, the group really needs to be trimmed down. Like
she gets on my nerves so bad. Jimbo, Momo.
Yeah, she's so stereotypical. And I'm sure there are a lot of truckers who do sound just like that.
I'm sure, but God have mercy, man. Yeah. Momo, like she just gets on my nerves. Like some kind, like man.
Yeah. There's a lot to fix with this boat.
Like Wendell, the wheelchair guy, he's cool, and keep that. I mean, I still don't understand the whole like him pretending he was gonna sacrifice. Like I'm not sure exactly why he said his goodbyes to crawl across the street and plug up the lights, and then everything was fine. Like, I thought for sure like the plane was gonna land on him or something like that, and that's why he's like saying his goodbyes, and it's just like. whatever. And then it's just like, I'm good.
Yeah,
well, let me climb back up in my chair.
I would love just for them to get to some kind of like little coastal part of Texas, and Madison pulls up in this boat, and she's like spray painted the Abigail 2 on it, and Alicia and Strand and Daniel just climb aboard and just wave goodbye to all the trash that's come along.
I don't want it. Season 2 was boring as hell. I don't want another boat season.
Well, they can get on the boat, go to Florida maybe and run into like some cartel people and get to beefing with them. I don't know, but
I don't really don't know. It just needs to get dark and gritty again. I'm tired of this this ray of hope, like light at the end of the tunnel. Like I want it to be bleak and dreary, and I don't know, man.
It feels like it's almost like Morgan's like a evangelicalist, or God, how you say that word?
I think you said it right. Evangelist.
There you go. Evangelicalist.
It's just a long way of saying that.
But yeah, man, it's just I don't know.
Yeah, it's boring. I mean, this one wasn't as bad, but again, they're risking their lives to help someone die peacefully to set an example, and I understand that. Sadly, no one saw that example, so no one's going to really follow that example. 2 of the 3 of you are going to be dead soon. One already died, and now, Grace is going to die. So it's just like, I mean, what? I don't know. I don't know, man. I want to like it. Like normally, if you go back and listen to past podcasts, JP and I are normally not the ones to dump on the show. I mean, we'll take some episodes that are kind of blah and try our best to find something positive about them. But this season has just been really letting me down.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just more of a chore. I was at my parents eating dinner with the family last night and was like, oh, gotta go watch Fear the Walking Dead. Whereas when The Walking Dead's on, like, gotta go, man. Walking Dead starts in like 10 minutes. I ain't missing none of it.
Well, what, 6 more weeks? We'll be back with The Walking Dead?
Well, it usually does start in October, right?
So I'm thinking like this will end right as The Walking Dead begins.
Let's Google, when does The Walking Dead start? Let's see. October the 6th, yeah.
Wow.
So, I mean, we are not even 2 months out, yeah.
Yep.
Oh, boy, I can't wait, man. What did you the listener, what did you think of the season 9 of The Walking Dead? JP and I loved it. Like, really returned to form for the show, so I'm really excited to get back to The Walking Dead. I wonder if this, let's see, when does Fear, let's see, I think you're right. Let's see, when does Fear the Walking Dead end? When does Fear the Walking Dead end?
And remind me, last week's episode, I kind of, again, dozed off towards the end, catching the midnight recap. So where's Althea now? Where Morgan has to go find her?
She's like out on her own.
Did she just decide to just wander off? Or
at this point, I don't know.
Right. Because I know he's going out to find her, but I missed part of last week's, and I was like, "What happened with Althea? What's going on?"
Yeah,
like a rogue one-person documentary or something.
Something I don't even know, man. Honestly, I know that sounds like crap to be a show, a podcast that reviews, and normally we're a lot more thorough, but I don't know.
Hopefully, he finds her and everyone comes back together because we got to splinter the group at least 3 times per season, but
so tired of that.
Yeah.
I mean, why do we have to keep splitting everybody up over and over and over again?
Yeah.
If that's the case, give us the Game of Thrones treatment. Just let them branch off and let's just follow each of their journeys. Like, let them branch off with no intention to return.
Mm-hmm. God, I would like to see how long it's been since like an actual main character got killed off. You know what I mean?
You're right. It has been a long, hot minute. I mean, we haven't lost any.
Jimbo? Like, was Jimbo the last person to die? Jeez.
Jimbo and that crazy lady.
Yeah. Wow.
That's it. Yeah, we've not lost any main characters.
No member of the group has died since Jimbo, and I'm happy for him. He probably made the right choice. Just
he was like, I'm off this train.
Yeah, getting bit and jumping off the roof.
Yeah, it was. Not one main character's been killed. I mean, it's been. But then when they do, they'll probably screw up and kill somebody like Strand or Alicia. Don't take away June, which I actually don't mind June. She gets a lot of hate sometimes in our comments. I don't mind June. I am Oh my God, I am tired of the her and John love story though. Like it's this love story they keep trying to force down your throat, and it's like somebody in our comment section said, if I have to hear John talk about finding her one more time, I'm going to be rooting for their deaths.
Yeah, dude. Like I'd rather see Althea stick around, and yes, that is largely due to me wanting to see her make out with the helicopter lady again. Strand, of course. You can't kill my man Strand. Daniel, I'm glad he's back on the show. I hope he sticks around.
We're not following all the super interesting characters like Strand. I mean, you notice like we've had like one episode following Strand, really, but I mean, like Strand, Daniel, Alicia, all of these interesting characters we're spending no time with. Instead, we're being forced to spend time with Grace and Morgan.
Yeah, man. I guarantee the only reason these actors aren't wanting to just, jettison off of this show like the rest is they're hoping to get involved with the Rick movies or some big Walking Dead.
Oh, yeah, just waiting to play the long game and see what's... And that's what sucks, because Lenny James, that plays Morgan, is such a good actor. Like, he's easily one of the best actors, I feel, on either show when you give him the right material to work with. But, I mean, nobody's writing him anything that's really in need of his talent,
Yeah, man.
You've got Emilio, the guy that plays Dwight, I can't remember his name, Emilio something. He's a pretty damn good actor. I really didn't like him when he first showed up on The Walking Dead, but he's a pretty damn good actor. So it's like, utilize these good actors that you have. Alicia, she's everybody a lot. Garrett Dillahunt is one of my favorites, man. He's such a good actor, but you're not doing anything with him. Like, I want John Dorie unhinged, as we've said before. John Dorie needs to evolve. Like, this is Pokemon. John Dorie has evolved into John Wick. Like, kill June off in some savage way. Like, I don't want her to die of sickness or something soft and gentle. Like, I mean, let her get ripped apart by zombies, or let it be like Logan's people get her killed in a very violent way. And let's just watch John go ham on these dudes. You know what I mean? Just go off and kind of go down this dark path. I mean, that's right. Give us something interesting like that.
And we're going to have to hear Morgan say, John, I've been where you've been. It's not the way. It's not the way, John. You don't want to.
Then you really
this.
want to spice it up. John doesn't even look, just side shots Morgan right in the head. Shut up, Morgan. No, you're right. That would get very annoying. I've been there, John. Don't do this.
It's a dog.
Shut up, Morgan. Down. Move. Someone send Morgan back to Rick, man.
No.
I lose people and then I lose myself. I mean, because like this whole Grace thing just goes off, has a chance to be happy and then just goes off. I mean, there were touching moments. So let's talk about some of the good stuff. I like the whole RC car thing, and I liked seeing Morgan smile and talk about, his son having one of these little cars and how he was always, he told Grace, he's like, I always have been pretty much a serious person. But, his family, his son and his wife could make him smile like that. And that's how he knew it was right, because, he just didn't smile like that anywhere else. I mean, some touching stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know, like.
I don't know, man. I've been touched enough. I need to be roughed up a little bit,
You're right. Like, I want to feel some emotion in this show, man. Like, I want some anger and some regret and some, but I say that on my part, like, as in they killed John Dorie. And I'm like, no, I regret that he couldn't have been a better character, but maybe now his death will make the show good again. Not that, I love John. John Dorie is one of my favorites, but I liked him much better when he didn't have June by his side last season, and he was helping Morgan and was a badass sharpshooter and shot the dude's finger off, like when he was badass, like telling him I promise you're not fast enough to get to your gun before. Like, I want that stuff back, man.
Yeah, we'll see, man. I'm guessing there's going to be some kind of fiery standoff at the oil refinery or whatever it is, and,
I really, truly feel like this whole season could have been done in like 3 or 4 episodes. I know that's wishful thinking, but I feel like the majority of this whole 10 episodes could have been condensed down to like 3 or 4 episodes max. Yeah. 1 or 2 episodes on the plane kids thing, them getting back, whatever. Are you glad that we're done with the Office style filming for now?
Yeah. I can do without that.
Yeah, I really thought that was going to be awesome. Like, I really thought I didn't realize they were producing a PSA. I thought it was going to be showing, like, found tapes of them, like maybe showing how they slowly broke apart or how some of them died. Luciana, she's another one that's dead weight I feel like you can cut.
Yeah, could do without Luciana.
I mean, and it's not, again, nothing to the actress. They just haven't made her character interesting in a while. I mean, you just have so many characters, and none of them are really doing anything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, dude, it's a real waste of potential.
I want John. Here's what I want. I want it to be slimmed down. I want Alicia, John Dory, Victor Strand, Daniel, Dwight, and you know what? I want to say Morgan, but I kind of don't, because I feel like then you would have a badass group of people, and then Morgan would come in and piece everything up. Yeah. So let's get Morgan on his way back to the main show, like he's on the road on a road trip, and then we're cut down to John Dory, Dwight, like I said, Alicia, Strand, and Daniel, and I am good with that. Don't care for the trucker woman, that Wendell guy. I like him okay, but I'm not going to really be that upset if he's gone. Luciana is doing nothing for me right now. June, I don't dislike June the way that other people seem to, but at the same time, we need some drama, man. Somebody's got to go. Somebody needs to, and I feel like what they'll do is the opposite. They'll kill John Dory and make June like another Carol. Oh, yeah. And I'm like, dude, I don't want that. I want unhinged John Dory.
Yeah, man. It would be cool to see Althea and Morgan just kind of be like, look, we got to go up this way, and, just send them on some adventure, and we just check in with them like towards the end of every episode or something.
Right. I'm fine with that. I don't know, man. Like you said, there were things I liked in this episode, and this was definitely one of the high notes for the season. But with that said, I mean, really, is it that high of a note, though?
Yeah, man. Like Althea and Morgan going to investigate, what's going on with this helicopter thing, and the rest of the group being like, we need to keep going. I don't know.
Somebody needs to get Morgan off of his cult leader status.
Like Alicia and Strand and that group you were talking about, they're like, oh, man, Madison might still be alive. We got to go find her. And Morgan and Althea are like, we got to see what's up with the helicopter people. So they split, ways. And
yeah, Game of Thrones it. Like I'm saying, show us two different stories. If you get good writing, you can have multiple story arcs going on at the same time. As long as your writing staff can manage that, Yeah. Be there to give them direction. I don't know. Hell, something.
I don't know, man. Holding out hope that it gets back on track.
Well, I mean, and the reason why I still have hope, I'm sure somebody's listening going, God, y'all shut up and just quit watching the show. But seasons 1 and 2 I wasn't that fond of. And then season 3 just blew my mind. I loved it. I couldn't stop watching it. Just everything about it was for me, it was awesome. And then the first half of season 4 was awesome. So I was like, oh, man, we really are just, getting it. At one point, I thought Fear the Walking Dead was getting better than The Walking Dead, because The Walking Dead was on the decline. Fear was, and then now I just come to season 4B through season 5B thus far has just been a snooze fest.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe they can turn it around.
You remember when people were saying The Walking Dead was so bad, and people were accusing us of getting paid by AMC to talk about how good it was?
Dude, how great would that be if we were getting paid, man? I'd talk Fear the Walking Dead up right now if they put some money in my pocket.
Damn right, man. AMC, holla. Yeah. So next week you hear us going, this is the best show ever. Yeah. We're probably getting paid.
But no, whatever season of The Walking Dead coincided with Fear season 3, man, I definitely think Fear had the edge.
I think that was probably, let's see, we're on 5 now, getting ready to start 10, so 9. So yeah, that's probably like 6 or 7, right?
Somewhere in there.
Let's see. You know what? I'm going to do the math on this.
Yeah, Walking Dead math is hard, man.
What year was Fear the Walking Dead Season 3 on air? All right, so Season 3 was apparently happening largely in 2017. Let me make sure that's right. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing, 2017. So let's see what was, I believe that would be Season 7 of The Walking Dead, right?
That's what I'm thinking.
What year was Season 7 of The Walking Dead? Let's see, is that 2017? It says 2016 on.
So I guess the second half would have been in 2017, maybe?
Yeah, it concluded April 2nd, 2017. So yeah, season 7 through 8 was going on in that time range, which was definitely some low points for The Walking Dead, just in the sense of how slow it was. But that's another one, man. I'm really excited for the new season of The Walking Dead, and I really hope they keep up the momentum. That's but I don't know. Let us know what you thought, man. If we're completely wrong, because I'm saying this is a decent episode. I don't think that this was a terrible episode at all. It was a pretty okay episode and otherwise pretty boring season so far. But what did you think? What's something that we missed? Dwight got his hair cut, got his beard trim. I'm thinking like, dude, I would have probably just left it like you had it. You're kind of looking a little creepy now.
Yeah.
But was it right for Dwight to let that guy go, or hell no, should he have just shot him in the face and been like, deuces, man, you were trying to kill me, and now you'll probably find me again. I hope it doesn't come back to bite him in the ass, but I feel like it's going to. Mm-hmm. But you know what? That's good storytelling, though. You know what? I'd be okay with that if it was like Dwight let him go, right? He shows up and just like kills. As much I don't want John Dory to die, but like kills John Dory or something, and Dwight realizes that no, Morgan's wrong, and that's where we start getting some drama because, Dwight starts saying like, no, every life isn't precious. Like this guy, I let him live and gave him a second chance, and he could have, helped the world. Instead, he came back and killed people because I didn't kill him. This is on me, and kind of Dwight goes a little rough. Give us something like that. I'm cool with that. Some drama, man. Morgan versus Dwight.
I don't know, man. We'll see. I'm not overly hopeful at this point.
I lose people, and then I lose myself.
I lose people, lose my keys, lose my wallet.
Lose my damn cell phone. Ain't had that damn thing. But yeah, let us know what you thought. Sorry if you're absolutely loving this season and we're dogging it, but I'm not sorry because it's been very boring to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hate that you tuned in and, probably hoping we'd agree with how awesome it is, but it's just not right now, man.
Yeah.
Would you rate this one? I'm going to be nice. I'm going to give this one a 3.5 out of 5 stars just because it was one that finally didn't bore me to sleep.
Yeah, man, I'm still not even ready to put it back on the star system. I'm just not. I can't do it.
And before we close out, let me repeat again. Let me repeat and let me reiterate how good of an actor I think Lenny James is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's got all the elements to be a good show.
Yeah, Morgan was one of my favorite characters. Like, I thought he was one of the most interesting parts in some boring Walking Dead seasons. I mean, minus the whole... Like, I really did like the him and Eastman episode, but, his constant, I'm bad, I'm good, I'm bad, got a little annoying. But Morgan was one of my favorite characters while he was on The Walking Dead, so it sucks to be saying how bad this sucks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's also Monday, and I can't form a thought or string together a sentence for anything.
I'm right there with you, man.
But let us know what the show needs. Let us know if you thought this was a good one. I would love to start seeing people disagree, going, y'all are crazy. It's finally getting good again. Good. Maybe that'll help the ratings. And I don't know.
Yeah, well,
I'm talking out my ass at this
Sunday
point.
And what's going on with it.
Yeah.
We'll keep this trajectory going forward.
What is up with it?
Yeah.
But yeah, don't forget we're on Patreon, and trust me, when we have better material to talk about, our podcasts are a lot more interesting. At least I think so.
Yeah.
But you can find us on Patreon.com. Just search for The Podcasting Dead. We should be the first thing that pops up. Every time I've searched, we were the first thing that came up. So check that out. Help support the channel, and we will be doing video podcasts, at least 1 or 2 per week, by the end of the year. Mm-hmm. Maybe even when Walking Dead comes back, we'll start.
Yeah, that'd be pretty good.
Which that is really soon, but maybe by the time they come back on, we can start doing video podcasts. Mm-hmm. Who knows? But check that out. Also, don't forget you can like us on Facebook. We're on Twitter at Podcast Dead. On Facebook at The Podcasting Dead, and I think that's about it.
Yeah, that wraps it up.
Sorry for the blah podcast, but I mean, it's kind of a blah show at this point. I want them to give me something to be excited about, and just hadn't had that happen in a while. But, we'll see you tomorrow. What is tomorrow?
Tuesday,
well, so. What do we do on Tuesday? Current events?
What we're going to talk about. We'll find something to talk about, even if it's just what we did over the weekend.
Are we talking about Trump the time traveler on Wednesday?
Yeah, we probably will. I've got a pretty good handle on that.
If you're into conspiracy theories, JP's found some interesting evidence that Donald J. Trump could, in fact, be a time traveler.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff out there on it. It's pretty fun to think about.
And again, listen to these with open minds. We're not here to convince you. We have these just to have a conversation, just to discuss what people are saying. I mean, I promise you, being open-minded is way more fun than being closed-minded. Like, just hear it out. You don't have to believe it. You don't have to give it much credence, but it's always fun to, to just listen to other thoughts and,
Yeah, man, it's wild how offended some people get, just the idea of challenging, established things.
We've seen it in the comments section. It's like, oh my gosh, pick your ass up off get your ass off your shoulders, man. It's a conversation. You don't have to agree, and that half don't even listen to it because they'll comment be like, you two are quacks, blah 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 blah. Clearly, you need to clean out your ears because I was disagreeing with JP the entire freaking podcast, but you didn't listen enough to hear that. You just assumed, you know what I mean? It's just like, But so if you have an open mind and you don't mind, just talking about the possibility of things being a little different than what we think they are and some crazy stuff, be checking that out on Wednesday.
That's a testament to how pre-programmed we are just from the time we go into school, even before we're in school, man. It's just like back in the day, if you didn't believe in whatever God the state said you believed in, you got burned at the stake or something. It's the same thing today,
Yeah.
Only it's the church of science.
But you love science.
Don't get me started.
But you love science.
It depends, man. It depends.
You don't like technology. Ever since my drone tried to slit my throat, I think now JP's even more.
Yeah, it tried to cut its master's head off. That tells you everything you need to know right there.
If you're wondering what I'm talking about, what podcast would that have been last week?
I don't know, dude. But
that was Mail Call, I think. Yeah, check out last week's Mail Call. My drone tried to slit my throat.
Yeah.
Well, it did slit my throat, but it didn't hit anything important.
And no, man, it's scientific dogma that really gripes me, man. Just established scientific ideas that no matter what kind of evidence you produce, you're not allowed to challenge. And like I said, don't get me started.
It'd be more interesting than this episode of Fear the Walking Dead.
Yeah, you might be right.
But let us quit rambling. We'll see you, if nothing else, on Wednesday as we discuss Trump the time traveler. If we're able to get some current event stuff together tomorrow, we will definitely be podcasting tomorrow as well. But either way, we will see you shortly. Don't forget, the Supernatural podcast starts on Friday. Well, for patrons, it starts on Friday. And then for other podcast listeners, it starts the following Friday.
Yes, it does.
Were we supposed to start that last Friday?
Probably so. But
I am so sorry if we didn't. JP had a actual concert he had to put together, and it was a great success. But he had that, and then we had a concert here in Danville. So it's been. All right, so we'll make sure that we have that up. Maybe we'll skip the Patreon for the first one and then just give it to first one. I don't know. Maybe I tell you what we'll do. I feel bad. I think we were supposed to put the Supernatural on Patreon on Friday and then release it this Friday. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to release the first one to everyone on Friday.
Okay.
But if you are a patron, we're also going to release the second one on Patreon as well. So you'll have both you can listen to, and then the second one won't come out until next Friday. For our regular listeners. Awesome. So patrons get early access to episode 2. How is that? I feel so bad. I'm thinking about it. I'm like, wait a minute. We were probably supposed to release that last Friday.
Well, we'll get it. We'll get it.
So this Friday, Paranormal Podcast number 1 coming to everybody. But if you're a patron, you'll get early access to episode 2, which then won't come out until the following Friday. So, yeah, there's that. I'm going to go take a nap because if you can't tell, we're just dead. Yeah. But we will see you tomorrow and or Wednesday. I'm Justin.
I'm JP.
And we're the Podcasting Dead.